Chapter 61:25. When Elaine heard this, she felt extremely sad. She really didn't expect that Mai Qing was doing so well now. She is said to be worth tens of billions of yuan, many times more powerful than himself. While she felt sour in her heart, she couldn't help but feel scared. It was fortunate that she hadn't seen Mai Qing. If she really saw her, she would smile and greet her in person and ask her how she was doing. How would she answer? Mai Qing is not Horia. She can easily find a sense of superiority over the latter. But Mai Qing is better than her in every aspect. She is prettier than herself, gentler than herself, more knowledgeable and smarter than herself. And even her figure is dozens of miles ahead of her. If she compares herself with her, she will be like a native chicken against a peacock, with no advantage at all. Originally, when she thought of her, she could comfort herself. Although she was not as good as her in every way, she still had a way to steal her man. But looking back now, Jacob, who she thought was the prize of victory, might not even be considered a piece of tea in the eyes of others. Just when she felt extremely inferior in her heart, Charlie couldn't help but sigh. "Oh, Mom, you have to understand Dad's good intentions. You said that if you meet Aunt Han, she will be wearing tens of millions worth of imperial green jade bracelet. Then holding your hand, thanking you from the bottom of the heart, what should you do?" Elaine subconsciously asked, "What is she thanking me for?" Charlie said seriously, "Of course, thank you for taking Dad away from her. You took him away. It was precisely because you took Dad away that she was able to go to the United States alone, where she met her first husband, and together with her husband, she created a well-known company worth billions of dollars. If you hadn't snatched Dad away from her, then she would probably be you now. She would be tortured to death by the old lady and the whole family every day. How could she still have the high status she has today? You said that people should not be grateful. Will you drag her out of the fire pit? This is this by she FCKK. When Elaine heard this, her defenses were completely broken deep in her heart. She cried in her heart, "What the hell is this? Why is Mai Qing doing so well? Shouldn't she have left the United States 30 years ago because she couldn't adapt to the environment in a foreign country and stayed there all her life? Was she struggling at the bottom? She is now in her 50s. She should have lost her job first and then been abandoned by a man. Then she should have fallen seriously ill, stuck in capitalism, and been reduced to washing dishes in the back kitchen of a Chinatown restaurant. Why can she and her husband create a global top law firm have a net worth of tens of billions of yuan? I hate it." As soon as she thought about it, most of her hatred for Jacob was transferred away. At this time, Charlie continued to pursue the victory and said, "Mom, you must suspect that there was something wrong with Dad's exchange trip to South Korea, right? You won't believe me when I explain in vain. If you do this, you can search for relevant news and take a look at the list of exchange personnel. Is there a person named Pollard Watt? That person is Aunt Han's fiancé. The couple went together to participate in the exchange. So Dad is traveling with them, and there will definitely be no problems with Mai Qing." Elaine subconsciously looked again. She looked at the webpage she just searched, and sure enough, she saw Pollard's name in it. What Charlie said instantly formed a complete chain of evidence. Seeing her complicated expression, Charlie quickly added, "Mom, let me tell you the truth. Dad told me immediately that Aunt Han was getting married, and he also discussed with me whether to tell you or not. But you also know that Aunt Han is doing very well now, and her future husband is also very impressive. The venue they chose for their wedding this time is Shangri-La, and it is a sky garden that ordinary people cannot book. It was not just Dad who was invited, but our whole family. Dad thought twice and told me that I should try not to let you know about this matter. Otherwise it would definitely give you a big blow. So he kept it secret from you and never told you. I didn't expect that you accidentally found the wedding invitation again, and ended up causing such a fuss." After saying that, Charlie sighed and said, "But, Mom, if you really want to go, then let's go and drink their wedding wine with the whole family. This will make you feel completely relieved. What do you think?" Elaine subconsciously blurted out, "No, no, no. I don't want to go." She muttered depressedly in her heart, "Damn it, Mai Qing is such a badass, and the person she is looking for is also the best among people. I don't know anything about it. I can't compare to her, and Jacob can't compare to her fiancé in anything. What are Jacob and I doing there? Are we not going to be embarrassed together?" Seeing her refusal, Charlie deliberately said, "I just heard Dad tell me that you are. I want to go. Dad also expressed his position to me just now, saying that he will open his heart to you this time and never keep any secrets. If you want to go, he will no longer stop you and will definitely accompany you." "No. I'm not going, I'm not going," Elaine said unnaturally. "Your dad threw the invitation on the highway. What else is there to go to?" Charlie smiled and said, "Mom, are you one of those war gods on the internet? Have you watched too many short movies about returning, throwing a big banquet, and hiring 800 boys to check invitations at the door? Don't forget that you and Dad are both old classmates and old acquaintances of Aunt Han. Even if you lose the invitation, etc. On the day of the wedding, you two get to the door. The couple will be waiting at the door to welcome you. As soon as they meet you two, they naturally warmly invite you in." Elaine waved her hands repeatedly. "I really won't go, there's no need. I haven't seen you for decades. What's there to go to? It's boring, so I won't go." Charlie sighed. "No, Mom, actually I still recommend you to go there. You still have such a big heart not for Dad. Such a big misunderstanding. If this matter is not resolved, our family's life will not be easy in the future. Moreover, Dad just expressed his position to me. As long as you say whether to go or not, he will listen to you in everything." After that, he looked towards the door and said loudly, "Isn't that right, Dad?" When Jacob heard Charlie calling him, he rushed in with a blush, looked at Elaine, and said hesitantly, "Old wife, I was really wrong. I shouldn't have hidden this from you. From now on, I swear that I will never hide anything from you again. And I will definitely do everything possible to make up for this. So I decided that on their wedding day, when our whole family goes there, I must be open and above board and open up your knot in person." As he said that, he couldn't help but choked up and sighed. "Hey, wife, in fact, you don't have anything at all. There is no need to doubt me. How can a loser like me be worthy of an elite like Mai Qing? I'm not even qualified to carry her shoes. In front of her, I just..." When Jacob said this, he really didn't have the courage to say the next words. However, when he thought that this desperate battle had reached the final moment and victory was in sight, he could only say with tears in his eyes and a trembling voice, "In front of her, Jacob, that's a piece of tea."